Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News. This is kind of a pre-CitizenCon, just quick roundup of some stuff that you might have missed throughout the week leading up to the presentation on the 9th of October, and we will look at CitizenCon separately after it's happened. So the Polaris, we saw a tiny sneak peek of the Polaris in the latest newsletter. It's the mess hall recreation concept from a brochure that we should see in Sunday. We know that it's going to be $750 excluding taxes. That Polaris, it's over 100 meters long, which is longer than the Starfarer. It's RSI made, and it's a Corvette, and it's supposed to be the most advanced Corvette made in law. The ship will be on concept from Sunday, probably made live during the actual CitizenCon presentation. Video, free fly stuff. So there's likely to be a free fly during CitizenCon and for a while afterwards. That is a chance for new players to try out the alpha for free and for current backers to try out some new ships, as they're likely to release 2 to 3 ships normally with a free fly that everyone has access to, whether you've got a game package or not. More on that once we know more. Gamers Nexus have also done 2 more technical interviews with Sean Tracy. I'll give you a quick brief of what they talked about. The Star Engine and 64-bit precision. So 64-bit precision gives them a lot more space to work with. It's not for more performance, but so that they can do more in the game and engine. The theoretical limit for floating point is 18.4 quintillion, or thereabouts, and you might recognise that number because that's the limit that No Man's Sky used for describing how many planets were in their universe, or their theoretical limits at least. And that's the limit of 64-bit precision, basically. CPU threads, they also discussed how the game uses cores and threads for its various tasks and jobs. My take on that is that Star Citizen scales. It works pretty well with 4 cores, 8 threads, but it will scale up to a point, though there doesn't seem to be much of more of a performance out of anything after 16 threads, so 8 cores. That's what my take home from that was. Edge blending on biomes. So where one or more biomes meets, the engine does a pretty good job of procedurally blending them, so that it looks like the snow biome is meeting a city biome, and it looks good rather than weird and less seen. Though sometimes an artist's touch is needed for the quality they're going for, like when a snow biome meets a desert, meets a city, that sort of thing. There might be odd bits and bobs there that they might need to fix, though the engine is pretty good at sorting it out. Character tech, they also talk about blend shapes and the quality of the character faces, as well as how they've improved, and AI and subsumption, how it's tied in with the missions and the economy, and AIs have certain behaviours and activities that they can all form. It was a little bit technical, but it's worth watching if you're interested in the engine, and after CitizenCon I will do a video on the Star Engine, looking at its features and potential future uses, as I do think it could be adopted for future projects like Source was. Hopefully it would be a bigger Source, we'll have to wait and see. Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous, Batgirl's Addicts Anonymous 82 episode, 82nd episode, there was more information on the SC branded HOTAS there. So obviously SciTech have been bought by Logitech, leaving CIG in unknown waters exactly what is going to be happening with that SA branded HOTAS. So Logitech might want to make an amazing product still. Star Citizen seem to not be entirely sure if they have to honour the contract and that sort of stuff. We basically might have to wait longer for any form of Star Citizen branded HOTAS and controllers, though this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I thought it would be personally a bad idea to create specialist controllers until you have all the flight model mechanics and systems all nailed down, just in case you need an extra button for something, or if it's a specialist controller you need to have exactly how it plays nailed down, and for pros to understand how that plays. So this could be a good thing for the quality of whatever product is coming in the future. There was also a Gear Patrol interview with Chris Roberts. It is worth reading. I'll put a link in the description below, but basically the interview asks him a variety of questions. Chris is making the game he wants to make. It's effectively his magnum opus. It talks about his trials and tribulations and the years of development and what they've accomplished. It's the game that Chris has wanted to build his whole life, and they're not beholden by any publisher, that only buy backers like us, which is great. Buyback tokens have now been attributed to accounts as well, so if you want to buy back any of your ships using your store credit, you can do that. CS tickets. Customer support are normally so super busy over CitizenCon and for a couple of weeks after. They can't help you with ship unmelting. That's what that buyback system is for. I'll put a link to it in the description if you haven't seen the buyback system before. If you have completed tickets or irrelevant tickets, make sure you close them as well. That will save CS some problems and some time. And for any other common fixes, problem solving, and FAQs, check out my latest hot issues video that literally looks at what CS have talked about, how you can fix your own problems and that sort of stuff. It should help you with a lot of common issues. I can't words now. Blah, 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 blah. CitizenCon time. So remember, CitizenCon is this Sunday, 9th of October at 10 PM UTC. I'll put various links to info, where to watch, Bar Citizens, restreams, all that sort of jazz that you can all participate in below. I am also going to be streaming from 9 PM UTC, an hour before CitizenCon, during CitizenCon, and an hour afterwards. We're going to watch CitizenCon together and discuss what we're seeing with giveaways and such too. So please feel free to join me. I'll be doing that on the YouTubes, but also on twitch.tv/Boredgamer. Thank you so much to my Patreons and GameWisp subs. I've just updated those thingamajigs as well for GameWisp and Patreon. For anyone that's interested in supporting the channel further, you guys are amazing. Thank you. We also have sub-only giveaways as well, which we'll talk about because that's going to start to be happening. I am much excited. I'll see you on Sunday for CitizenCon. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.